What's up, Kart Lifers? Sammy D here. I was not planning on making a video today, but I hear there's a tweet with maybe a new track or something exciting to react to. So a couple of people told me, hey, roll camera, give us a reaction, which is great because I also want to come on here and thank you guys for the amazing support on the 3-year Kart Life stream. I have a one-of-a-kind Hakama Mario plush designed by hand by Shy Guy Kart. Guys, I'm going to drop the link to Shy Guy Kart's Etsy channel. Shy Guy Kart, you know him, fellow Mario Kart Tour content creator on YouTube, and he's making custom plushes of your favorite Mario characters. I decided, I have to support my boy and get an awesome Mario Hakama plush, my level 8 triple capped favorite coin box driver. And of course, we can't forget about Kamek when it comes to my favorite coin box drivers. I wanted to see if Shy Guy Kart could pull off a Ghost Kamek right here based on the official Nintendo Halloween artwork. Then Shy Guy Kart also threw in a Pinja, a custom Pinja with the Ninja Scroll here. So I have to find a place for these on my shelf. I hope you guys will check out Shy Guy Kart's awesome Etsy shop and get yourself a custom plush. Extra special thanks to K-Fet, Jeeves, and Carlos who donated 50 one-month Kart Life memberships. All of the proceeds from these donos on my 3-year Kart Life stream went to the National Endowment for the Arts, going towards music education. Guys, thank you so much for the awesome stream the other day. It was so much fun. But we're here today to talk about a possible new track that I'm about to see in a Twitter tour preview. Now, let's take a moment to talk about all of the possible retro tracks coming to Mario Kart Tour. This is the topic I've covered in the past. I had the Kart Life retro track wishlist. We're going to look back at those 10 tracks real quick. We had like 17 or some crazy amount of retro tracks last year added to the game. I lost count. No one was expecting this many retro tracks coming to Mario Kart Tour. In fact, if you look at the Mario Kart 8 Booster Course Pass and Mario Kart Tour, developing these tracks kind of in tandem at the same time with tracks coming to both platforms, back when this was announced, there were just enough retro tracks in Mario Kart Tour to fill the Booster Course Pass. Now, they've released so many more retro tracks in Mario Kart Tour, they can't even all make the Booster Course Pass. No one expected this to be happening. And we might get even more retro tracks coming to Mario Kart Tour that don't even make it to the Booster Course Pass, or tracks coming to Mario Kart Tour that are already in Mario Kart 8, like Yoshi Valley or Baby Park. Some people out there say Mario Kart Tour is dying and they're like dumping all these tracks in like wholesale. And I know the last few tours, we haven't quite continued that pace of new tracks, though we did get Wii Rainbow Road. We've now become so spoiled with all these new tracks. And if there's any indication that Mario Kart Tour is not slowing down anytime soon, it's the amount of data mined retro track possibilities that are currently in the game files of Mario Kart Tour. I'm gonna not go super in depth with this, but I just wanna run through the list of spoilers, possible data mined retro tracks that could be coming to the game, as well as what about these Nitro tracks, these Yoshi Island and other city tracks people are talking about? Orlando, this, Madrid, Athens, that. We're going to talk about it real quick here. And we'll see if today's Twitter image falls in line with any of this. First, a big shout out to Swiftjar. I want to give this guy even more props. Another Mario Kart Tour content creator, Mario Kart 8 Booster Course Pass, covering these Nitro tracks, the data mining. Swiftjar is crushing it. I called him heir to the Kart Life throne on the stream a couple days ago. Not to sound too highfalutin, but the guy is crushing it, and he keeps making these videos that I've been thinking about making. I'm like, oh great, I don't have to make that video now because Swiftjar just knocked it out of the park. So I'm going to refer to his videos here, and I want you guys to all check them out for more details on all this. Now let's just talk really quickly about the tracks I mentioned in my retro track wish list from over a year ago. This was before 3DS Bowser's Castle, before that onslaught of retro tracks began. Here are the ones I mentioned at the time. Sunshine Airport, I still think would be awesome. We haven't had any indications of this in data mining. Coconut Mall came to the game. We called that. Baby Park came to the game. Delfino Square, still one of my all-time wanted tracks. There's no indication still in the files of Delfino Square. DK Jungle, there are objects in the data mined files. Now, when I say this, I want to first disclaim that all data mining is not confirmed. There could be things or objects in the game files that never come to light, okay? We don't know anything is confirmed. Don't use that word at all, confirmed, until something's in the game. But we obviously want a DK track, right? It's going to be so hyped the day that DK Jungle finally gets announced from Mario Kart Tour, and we know that DK All will finally come, or Cranky Kong. So, Dry Desert, I threw this in just for a desert track. We do have an indication as some desert tracks in the data mining, and I'll go to that in a second. We also had on my list TikTok Clock. No indications of this in data mining. I still think this is a missed opportunity because it would be a great tour track. It's a fan favorite. I think it'd be awesome. Daisy Cruiser made it to the game. Peach Gardens at number 10 made it to the game. Toad's Factory, again, no indications of this just yet, but big Wii fan favorite. We still hope to see it come to tour. Bowser's Castle, I picked 64, but this was right before we got 3DS Bowser's Castle, which was awesome. And we got more GBA Bowser's Castles as well. Yoshi Falls I threw in just because I never thought Yoshi Valley would make it. It was already in Mario Kart 8, and Yoshi Valley is an ambitious track. And then we got it like 3 months after I made this video. So we got Yoshi Valley, and there were a bunch of other honorable mentions, including DK Mountain and others that did come to Mario Kart Tour last year. Now, when it comes to the data mining, once again, nothing confirmed out of all this, but what you can do with the data mining is look for objects that the data miners have found. These are track objects. Let's talk about what an example of this might be. The famous example I always use is a turnstile, a toll gate. There was a toll gate found in the game files a long time ago, and everyone assumed that this meant that Moonview Highway would be coming to Mario Kart Tour because there's a toll booth gate thing in Moonview Highway. Turns out, no, that was from an unreleased version of Tokyo where you have that toll gate going onto the interstate. This is a great example I always use because just because an object's in the game files and it might imply a certain retro track coming to the game, it doesn't mean it's guaranteed going to be that. So take all this with a grain of salt. Here are all the tracks that the data miners have listed could come to Mario Kart Tour based on objects we've found in the files. Possibilities include SNES Ghost Valley and Bowser's Castle. There's indications that either of these might come based on track ID gaps and environments and other stuff, but these are just additional variants of tracks we already have. Now, SNES Bowser's Castle would be different because we already have GBA Bowser's Castle variant. We technically don't have SNES Bowser's Castle, but it's going to look almost identical if we do get it. It'll be a slightly different background or something like this, but it's all just speculation there based on track ID gaps in the case of Bowser's Castle. For GBA though, things get more interesting. Luigi Circuit. I've been wanting this one for a while. Can anyone in the classroom tell me why I've been looking forward to this? Yes, rain. I love rain. Neo Bowser's Castle is the only track that has rain in the entire game, and it's an awesome little atmospheric touch they could add to another track. So it is raining in Luigi Circuit. It's an abandoned old airport, like an airfield with a blimp in the background. The blimp was found in the map object. So I just want to go to there. I want to sit and hang out in a rainy airfield. I don't know. I'm weird like that. I want to race this track. I want to go there. I want to see it going up for Mario Kart Tour. On the desert front, we actually have indications of Yoshi's Desert from GBA, which, you know, I'll get to Yoshi in a second. We already have a possible new Yoshi track coming this spring for Yoshi Tour, I'm thinking, but there are indications that GBA Yoshi Desert could get a glow up. Then we have GBA Bowser's Castle 4. Again, just another variant of the Bowser's Castle we already have. No big news there. GameCube. Now, Waluigi Stadium and Wario Coliseum from Double Dash have the same music, and this music was found in the pre-fetch data mine leak for the Mario Kart 8 Booster Course Pass. If you want to know more about this, like I said, check out Swiftjar's channel, and we've talked about it in the past. But we think that it's probably going to be Waluigi Stadium because in the Booster Course Pass banner image that was originally released, we see this track made of track thumbnails that they're racing on, and people zoomed in and morphed and altered the images to try to decipher what these images are. That's where we first heard about Sky High Sunday because we saw an ice cream cone track in there somewhere. That was our first indication of that track, and we see a kind of fiery dirt BMX type track that looks in a tiny blurry kind of way like it could be Waluigi Stadium. So I honestly think it'd be a great tour track. So look to that to come at some point. Then we have in the game files the little mushroom and bomb cars that you can only find in Double Dash, Mushroom City, and Mushroom Bridge. Mushroom Bridge is the one in the daytime. You're driving around on a little interstate and there's a big bridge. You can go off the edge of it. Then you have Mushroom City, which is a pretty big fan favorite. It's a nighttime, almost like Blade Runner-esque Neo Bowser City type of track. You know, we have a lot of city tracks already. It kind of feel a little bit like New York Minute, but I think Mushroom City would be the one fans would love to see there. If we go to Mario Kart DS, there's indications of Mario Circuit because there's a fire piranha plant in the game files, and we looked through, and the only track that has a spitting fire piranha plant seems to be DS Mario Circuit. The only thing is this is set in the Peach, the royal kind of castle setting that we already have in 3DS Mario Circuit and Royal Raceway. So we're really going to have a third mushroom castle track. I don't know, it would feel very similar to the others. This is kind of the one that's the least exciting to me, but we'll see if it comes. From Wii, things get really exciting because Grumble Volcano from Wii has some volcano test objects. Now this might just, it does say test on the like breaking volcano rocks objects in this file. So this could be just a test they were working on, they abandoned it, but it could be really cool to see Grumble Volcano come to MKT. And then Dry Ruins. Again, we see these like fallen desert pillars, and this could be an indication we're getting that track. Daisy Circuit, this is a track ID, and I just don't know about this. This is total speculation. Some of these tracks are speculated because of track ID gaps. This is something I don't even fully understand. I've been trying to wrap my head around it. It's something I'm not feeling as confident about compared to like seeing an object from a track in the game files, but we'll see. There's a slight possibility I have to mention it. We go to 3DS and we have Music Park with the music note block. That object is the only thing they found from this track, I'm pretty sure. We, believe it or not, have Woohoo Loop and Maka Woohoo objects regarding the cars that are on the roads there. I've never thought they would add the Woohoo tracks to MKT, but there are indications that those objects might be in the game files. Then we have DK Jungle, like I said, objects found here regarding this track, and it would be so hyped to get it. We've already covered that. Mario Kart 8, believe it or not, with all of its anti-gravity and these, we've never had a Mario Kart 8 track come into Tour, but there are objects that indicate Bone Dry Dunes and Water Park could possibly be being developed for the game in the files. Oh, and so obvious I forgot to mention it, but DS Shroom Ridge from the Booster Course Pass, still not in Tour, clearly gonna come. If you look at the art style, you can tell they've got this ready to go. Okay, that's all the retro tracks that we know of. I might have missed one or two. If I did, sorry, but this is generally the overview. Then when it comes to, what about Nitros? The Merry Mountains and Ninja Hideaways and Sky High Sundays of it all, and the other city tracks that Mario Kart Tour could do. Here's how it stands right now. When you look at all the data mining for the Mario Kart 8 Booster Course Pass, and if you assume that these two games are tied together and they've been doing things concurrently in both games, which has been proven at this point, then we can kind of fill in the blanks of what is to come based on the data mined prefixes and prefetches that we know for the remaining waves of the Booster Course Pass. That means there are 8 slots of Mario Kart Tour City or Nitro tracks. 3 of them seem to be city tracks, and 5 of them are unlabeled, which means they might be Nitro tracks, because you know how Mario Kart and Nintendo like to not give Ninja Hideaway the credit of being a tour track or Merry Mountain, and they don't really label them as tour tracks even though they started in Tour first. Clearly they designed these batch of new Nitro tracks, and there's 5 more potential new Nitro tracks that are not cities. That would bring it to 8 brand new Mario Kart tracks shared between Mario Kart 8 and Mario Kart Tour that aren't cities. Then there's potentially 3 city tracks, 3 city slots, and we'll talk about these in the game files. These are the names of the tracks in the files. This is from Swiftjar and the data mining community on the Mario Kart Tour community server. Shout out to all the data miners who brought this to us. Now, MOB, or MOB, that stands for mobile, so this is a mobile track. And we have these little initials at the end. Now, in the past, we've had stuff like MOB BK indicating Bangkok, or SI indicating Singapore. So we can assume some of these might be cities and some of these might be Nitros. If there's 3 cities in the prefixes for the Booster Course Pass remaining, and if there's 5 Nitros, which of these are cities? Which of these are Nitros? Let's go through them one at a time. The 3 that the community are assuming to be cities are MOB MD, MOB OR, and MOB AT. There is a pillar as an object in MOB AT. So AT, what do we think of with global cities? Athens. We hope to see Athens come to the game. I mentioned it in one of my previous videos. MOB MD, possibly Madrid. It could be anything though. It doesn't even have to be the 2 syllables of the word. It could be something entirely different related to a different city we haven't thought of yet. There's just objects like fences and arrows that reroute the track through a city track on this MD track, and also MOB OR. There's not a lot to go on with these two. Now OR, everyone's assuming is Orlando. I'm like the only person who's not drinking the Kool-Aid on Orlando as a concept for Mario Kart Tour. They say, oh yeah, because Super Nintendo World is coming to Orlando. Well, it's coming to Orlando in like 2 years. They're still developing it. The Hollywood version is opening in LA. But do you really see a new city track in Mario Kart Tour based on Super Nintendo World? It just seems too meta or self-referential. I don't see it happening. I don't want another US city track being Orlando. There's too many other great cities all over the world, from Mexico City to Cairo, which, you know, don't get us started on Cairo and the original pyramid and the starting screen. I don't know. I just don't see Orlando happening. Watch today's tour preview show Orlando and I could be completely eating my shoe. So these could be any city tracks. We just don't know quite yet. We don't have enough to go on. The remaining mobile tracks that we assume are Nitro tracks, could there really be 5 more original tracks coming to Mario Kart Tour and Mario Kart 8? That's thrilling, guys. Ninja Hideaway, a goated all-time Mario Kart track at this point. Sky High Sundae, I still love, even though I think expectations were so high after Ninja Hideaway. Sky High Sundae kind of let some people down. But what about Mob YI? Clearly indicating a Yoshi's Island Nitro. This is super exciting. The hype is pretty high for this already, especially since we're coming up on the springtime, where we always have a Yoshi tour, always have a Yoshi celebration, and there's going to be Wave 4 of the Booster Course Pass released sometime in this spring season. Inevitably, we can assume, especially with that Fruit Cup logo there coming to the next wave, that Yoshi's Island Nitro is all but inevitable. There's objects in the files for the flower ring that you see in the original Yoshi's Island. So good. It'd be so cool if we had a track in that old like pastel art style of the Yoshi's Island games, but it could be just a really slick new Yoshi's Island track that is a whole new reimagining of the concept of Yoshi's Island, and it could be announced anytime now. Then Mob BR, we have tracks for bathroom objects and bathtub objects, like a bath bomb and a clothespin, things like this. And you think of a bathtub and you think, oh, that's an easy race track right there. You're just going around in an oval. I see like a simple oval track where you're going around the ring of a bathtub and you're kind of miniature like you are in Ribbon Road. Now, people have already discussed this. We've talked about it before. I think these things are inevitable. It's a really creative idea, this bathroom track. So we'll see if it comes to fruition. It's not based on any other Mario game or anything like that. It's a totally pure new creation. Now for Mob MU, Mob NU, and Mob DK. DK, I know, don't get too excited, but there is a Mob DK. It could mean anything. It could be a new Nitro DK track, would be the dream, but we really don't know. There's not a lot to go on these tracks. There's like a HP board. What the heck is that? Mob NU has a moray eel. The little eels you might remember from like Mario 64. So this could be like an underwater type of thing. No one knows, okay? Just to touch on 1 or 2 more things. There's a gondola in the game files, and it doesn't really match up with anything Venice related. We've got to have an Italy track in Mario Kart Tour before they shut this game down. So maybe there's a Venice track. Maybe the gondola pertains to something else totally. Maybe it was part of Bangkok and I missed that boat and it's a closed case already. But this is the summary. Let me know what you guys think. What are your predictions for these prefixes? Mob this, mob that. Is Orlando coming as a city track? Let me know. There's a lot that is still in the works for this game potentially. And with that, we're going to Twitter and we're seeing what is the new track they are announcing right now for Mario Kart Tour. I can't wait to see, guys. Blow me away. Blow me away. Mess me up, okay? Show me something I'm not even expecting and didn't even cover today, or show me something that we've been wanting for a while. Let's be surprised. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Moray. Dude, there's the Moray. I just said it. Oh my god, is this a new Nitro? Did they just blow our minds with a new Nitro track? You gotta be kidding me, man. What? Look at the temple ruins. It's a piranha plant ruin. Oh, dude. This is what I'm talking about. We thought the next Nitro track was going to be either the Yoshi's Island coming first to tour, maybe before the Booster Course Pass. Is this a brand new Nitro? You have to be kidding me, dude. This is so beyond hype. Look at this cart. A new cart is shown here. What is that? Is that a reskin? Look at those monster tires and that sick black and red cart. We have Peach Explorer, the Off-Roader. We have Mario and it's new here. We have Toad and Toadette Explore, Captain Toad. We have the Crawley cart. Could we have the data-mined new Crawley? Do we see a driver hidden in here anywhere? I do. There's something in there. It's a Explorer of another kind. What is that? Who is that? Oh my god. Can you give us Toadsworth at some point, please? Someone's wearing a little hat. Let's check out the replies. I cannot believe Piranha Plant Cove, an all new course. Oh my God. Oh my God. I am blown away. I am blown away. So mob NU, which had the moray eel as an object, this has got to be mob NU. And that just goes to show you that NU has nothing to do with Piranha Plant Cove. It doesn't stand for that at all. Holy living cow, this is going to be epic. Now, I know a lot of people don't like the underwater tracks. Let's just get that out of the way. There's going to be some underwater driving. That sucks. But I don't care. It's a brand new Nitro track. Look at those stone piranha plants. An underwater Piranha Plant Cove track. Oh my God. Absolutely blown away. This is so psyched. Exploration tour. Can you spot the differences between these two images? There are 10 in total? What? Okay, this is fun. Let's look at these side by side. Cue some music. Okay, what do we have here? So I'm gonna look at this really closely. We got the pipes over here. We got Petey. We got this black cart. We got the moray. Okay. We got the little ruins there with the spiraling outwards that look like kind of a flower. We got little, what's that little speck on the column? That's cool. Look at the hieroglyphics in the back. There's like open and closed piranha plant hieroglyphics. There's a little blue seaweed coming out. We have the piranha plant stone things back there. We got the staircase. We got some flames up at the top. We're going to be going above water too. This looks sick, you guys. We have Bowser holding a big shell. So what are the other differences? We have the little hidden driver. We got Luigi. We got the red Crawley. Tanuki car. So I want to make sure I'm covering everything here. That's in the first image. All right, second image. What do I see? Oh, wait. There's a boomerang. Okay, a boomerang is entering the frame there. That's kind of fun. Oh, wait. The moray's in a different position here. He's higher up. So there's that. Okay. Oh. We have a whole new pillar, okay. Is there any clues to the actual track, or is this just like a silly exercise we're doing? I still see the little driver. I can't really make anything out more of him. Got a little hat on, cute little hat. We have a blue shell in Bowser's hand. Mario is classic Mario instead of regular Mario. We have there's the new reskin blue Crawley car. Clever little reskin reveal there. That is so cool. This is easily one of my favorite tour preview teases ever in the game. What's that up there? Look at the cool little leaves hanging off the temple entrance. I am beyond hype. I cannot even tell you guys. Holy living cow. Oh my God. Wow. Let's see what people are saying, guys. Holy cow. A new Nitro. Time for some childhood trauma, says Ryder. Yeah, absolutely. It's a Shy Guy alt? Really? Are you kidding me? A Shy Guy alt? Oh, is it the little exploring Shy Guy from Sunset Wilds? Is that what it is? How do we know for sure? I guess it does kind of look like it. You see the little strap around his head. Man, they give Shy Guy so much love, and I'm so happy for Shy Guy Kart. At the same time, we gotta have some more diverse representation here, guys. We gotta get some Kong alts going. Oh my God. Did I catch all 10 differences? So it looks like a Shy Guy exploration. It looks like the yellow one, possibly. Oh my God, guys. Holy crap. Holy crap. Yeah, that's clearly the yellow Shy Guy. You can see his little mask now. So cool. Okay, explore Shy Guy. Man, I am speechless. A new Nitro track, Piranha Plant Cove. Wow. Guys, the hits keep coming with Mario Kart Tour, Mario Kart 8. New Nitro tracks, still no indication of Yoshi's Island. I had no idea they would drop another Nitro track before Yoshi's Island. We're doing the big race versus 100. I haven't tried this yet. We're getting my all clear pipe as we say goodbye. Wow, guys. Sound off in the comments with what you think. Explorer Shy Guy, another Shy Guy alt. Let's pass these. Now we saw this bonus challenge previewed by Mankalore a long time ago, and the thing I don't like about it is they repeat the same 10 drivers. This is what Mankalore found. And you can see as I pass 10, you can even see them start to clip out of the frame because they can only show like 10 other drivers at the same time. I'll show you what I mean if you might be able to see it here. But we have a timer, and every time we pass like 10 people, we get more seconds added to the clock. It's not super hard to do, and actually there's no time limit. Well, I guess there is a time limit for the stars we get. but yeah, we're doing okay. You can see them glitch out here in a second. It's all Yoshis. It's kind of like smashing small dry bones. I can't think about anything other than Piranha Plant Cove. Exploration Tour number 2. We had it originally with Captain Toad and, well, which one was which? There have been so many tours now, I don't remember who debuted when, but Peach Explorer and Captain Toad. Gosh, one of the two. Which was it? I'm so over the moon. I hope this new Nitro course is nice and long. One thing I loved about Ninja Hideaway, it was long, and I really hope that when they release the Yoshi's Island, it's also a longer course, because I don't know, these Nitro courses, they just feel like they have the potential to be epic. Merry Mountain and Ninja Hideaway were pretty epic. Ninja Hideaway, obviously, as I've talked about, it's already an all-time track, and it has been ever since it was made for tour. It took a long while to come to MK8. Merry Mountain, you know, it's less loved than Ninja Hideaway, but I think that over time, when Merry Mountain keeps coming back for the holidays in the game, it continues to prove that it's a fan favorite as well. Yes, it's Christmas themed, it's kind of specific, but it's beautifully done. The music is fantastic. I mean, there's gonna be brand new music for Piranha Plant Cove. I am just absolutely blown away and on cloud 9 right now. So you guys let me know what you think. And here's our end of tour movie and the all clear pipe. What was my gold pipe for getting first place and ranked? It was a Daisy Farmer dupe. I have her at level 2 now. I had her at level 1. Actually, in the list of high-end drivers, when you scroll through them in your game, I got Baby Peach Cherub recently, as you guys saw, in a random gold pipe. And the next driver I need, like on the list, is Daisy Fairy. I still don't have her. I don't even know if she's in the all clear pipe. So many things are in the all clear pipe now. It's absolutely impossible to keep up with them or memorize them. But we'll see. I did a lot of grinding this morning with Bronze Misu on Tokyo 4RT, getting some XP. Hope you're building that player level. I'm at about 238 now. All clear pipe before we say goodbye. We have a star, Crawley. It happens at least half the time you get a dupe that you never use, but half the time you get something you need. It's really funny. I said Crawley because I still have Crawley at level 6, which is kind of weird. It was a very powerful cart. We're about to have a Crawley reskin. Crawley is almost like an off-roader where the whole community is probably going to instantly max or take to level 6 this blue Crawley cart because the hitbox is so good. Could be a commemorative, could be a 70 Ruby cart. We'll see next tour. Exploration Tour is next, guys. We'll see you Tuesday for the grind. Hope you enjoyed this video covering all this amazing potential for the game. And this tour preview doubled down and proved there is so much to come for MKT. We're not slowing down. The Booster Course Pass goes strong. Can't wait to see the Wave 4 announcement with possibly Yoshi's Island coming very soon as well. We could have... Nice Mario, 7 and 1 towards level 8. Never gonna happen. Anyway, guys, so much exciting stuff. Let me know what you think about this in the comments, and we'll see you Tuesday for the grind. Thanks again to all my amazing patrons, members, and everyone who supported me on the 3-year stream. Thanks again to Shy Guy Kart. Check out his channel. Thanks again to Swiftjar. And I'm out, guys. Stay safe, be kind to one another, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.